All right, welcome back to the Tool World Podcast. I'm your host, David Ju. I'm here with Master Ju.
How's it going there, Mr. Ju?
It's going pretty good. All right, I think this
right.
week you came up with this topic.
Usually I just jump out of bed and go, what? We're doing what? Okay.
Yeah. So, all right, so what's your thoughts this week? This is different. This is not normal.
Yeah, it is not normal. So my thoughts were, you have different competition, and it's all the same. Well, we're talking about ITF, but you have different competition, and people do. Well, let's talk about patterns, I should say, because sparring is one thing, but patterns has a certain look.
Oh, I was gonna say sparring would be the easier one to judge, because it's like, do you get hit or not?
Right.
So you can do multiple different styles.
Right.
And you can kind of blend it, or you can be in one organization and do point sparring in another and still do okay.
Right. You could do karate, you could do taekwondo, tangsudo, whatever. And when it's sparring, if you just know what the targets are and what are the rules, that's, I think, pretty easy to judge. But what about patterns or forms, right? What do you think?
Well, I think at a high level, my first thought is that it would be really hard, because at a high level, there's definitely gonna be some distinctions on what people are doing, you know, like a world championships. And I think one of the only ways to make it fair is that you definitely do have to have different judges from different organizations
to make it
fair. And then on top of that, you probably, once you select all your judges, you probably have to do a crash course seminar the week before the tournament talking about, well, this is with this and this, right? So that everybody can be on a similar page, right? I mean, we already do that within your own organization, right? You have those judging courses and stuff like that. So you'll probably have to have one that's, for that tournament, right?
I mean, that's why when we do tournaments and we have different schools, or even within your own group, I always encourage them to, hey, you have any black belts to help judge? Because I don't want to make it look biased, because we all do, and I think we talked about this. We look for certain things. Our guys look for certain things because I teach a certain way, and so they're looking for that. And some other schools might be looking for something different.
Right. So I think from an organization standpoint, if I was to do a large tournament, let's say it's like the Olympics, they definitely put those rules out very early. I mean, you're talking like they changed the rules for the year, and it's like, okay, this is what it's going to be for the next time, whether people like it or not, they have put it out there and then that way people can adjust their training for it.
I think when you're talking about those particular at very high level, and I still think you can still have high level competition. I've seen like a karate person beat an ITF guy, and it was an ITF event.
Right.
It's like they're formed. And sometimes I look at like a karate form, and I was like, wow, that person is really good.
Yeah.
Even though the ideas of what we do in Taekwondo isn't the same as what they might be doing, but when I look at it, that's high level. That person is really good.
Right.
And forget about the style. You get to go, that person's pretty good.
Right.
Would I vote that for? Sometimes I look at it and I'll go, I might have voted for that person.
That's true. I mean, I think they sometimes say, oh, kick is a kick and a punch is a punch, but you can differentiate between the different styles of, that was pretty good and pretty not good, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think just having different criteria, courses on it, and then it also has to be a tournament. I think if you want to compete competitively, you have to have that goal and set your sights towards it, and you're gonna have to make adjustments within the training itself. If it's just a little in-house tournament or local tournament, I guess you can make some small adjustments, but you're going to keep your training the same. But if you're looking at something larger, let's say it's the Olympics, of course you're going to have to train a little bit differently.
Well, they don't do patterns, I don't think.
Well, no, they don't do patterns. But what I'm saying is, for the Olympics, the reason I bring that up is that because that is a singular goal for those people that do that, right? And so in the ITF, we have multiple world championships, right? But if you had different competitions, but if you had one that multiple organizations were working towards, right? You have to know what is your standard and you have to adjust.
You do have to make adjustments, I think, because everyone teaches it differently and then everyone has different expectations. That's why if you had different judges that understand different ways that it's being taught would be important as well.
Yeah.
I think that, but I've seen people that doesn't matter what tournament, they're always number one.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's, local tournament or if it's national or international and different groups and
Yeah.
and they're always winning.
Right.
And they make adjustments. They know that this instructor likes more posing type of movement. This instructor likes a little bit more foot. And it's kind of like any sports. You got to make adjustments to the game.
Right, right. Yeah, I think so. I think that would be like if you're a really good competitor, you could be able to kind of do that, and you have to know. You're gonna have a lot of knowledge on how other people do the techniques.
Yeah.
Right. And if you can do that, then you can adjust mid-game, and you'll benefit from that because you won't get knocked off those types of points, right? But I think that's harder said than done.
Yeah,
as well.
No, it is.
Yeah.
And it's only competition. You're just out there for fun. I always encourage our guys, hey, it doesn't matter. Just go get some competitions for fun. And you win, great. If you lose, that's okay. You got experience.
Yeah.
And you got to look at your end goal.
Right.
How did it help you? How did it, whether it's your own training, whether you should train more, or whether you decide whether or not that's going to help you in your self-defense.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on your same question?
What's my thoughts? It's good people just stand out, I think.
Yeah.
And they won't make the adjustment. At the end of the day, it's not super important. It's great to say, yeah, I'm a world champion. Yeah, I got a gold medal or whatever. But it doesn't necessarily define who that individual is.
Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, I was reading this book called Atomic Habits.
Yeah?
Right. I'm only like 3 chapters in though. But I'm reading, it's a kind of a popular book anyway.
You're reading?
Yeah, I'm reading. So they talk about like, a lot of times people have these achievements and they reach that tournament, that goal.
Right.
But they stop. And it's in any sport, right? It's not just Taekwondo, But in Taekwondo, what happens is they have this goal of world championships. They go to it, whether they win or lose, a lot will drop out because that's done. It's completed.
They've did it.
But in this one, they're talking about like identity of a person, right? So rather than having goals, and we talk about having a why, right? A why all the time. But, having an identity of a person, will keep you going, and build these habits further. So instead of saying like, my goal is to be a world champion, it should be like, no, I do Taekwondo because I am a Taekwondo practitioner, right? And if you make that a part of who you are, then it continues as well, right?
Didn't I see that in
the
recent match?
I think, no, yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, this one's talking about habits, and it's a lot of this is that,
it's
right?
habit.
It's habits,
It's
schedule.
just who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at definitely like a lot of high ranks. Well, I can't speak for everyone, I guess, but for me, it's like every day, 24/7, and then you know how that goes.
Well, I feel like this is also diverging. That's my fault. I diverged from the subject here.
It's all connected though.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. So I think if you want to be, let's go back to the topic here. You want to be a good judge, you gotta judge a lot of different things too.
Yeah,
you can't just
absolutely.
judge your competition. You gotta judge other organizations. You gotta judge. I'm gonna say it, even karate ones. You gotta do that. You gotta see what's out there, and that will just help you understand what is good and what's not good, right? You're gonna see it. You go, yeah, that was good, whether I know that pattern or not.
Yep, I
Yeah.
think it's, you don't want to be closed-minded.
Right.
You want good, just experience it. And who cares
Yeah.
how you did something? Because at the end of the day, probably won't remember it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Why did
so
you
what
vote
you
against it?
yeah,
Oh.
what you need is a database of umpires and what tournaments they go to. You rank them, right? And then
Oh,
from
no,
those
oh, no,
from
we're not.
those now then you make a tournament that's open for all. And you take the top of those umpires and you send them there. That way it's fair, right?
Now we're ranking umpires. We talked about that. How do you select a team? Rank your competitors.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always kind of think that's really a better way.
Right,
Is you
right.
rank them, and
Yeah.
you'll know who's your
Yeah.
good guys
Right.
in general.
Right.
You got to rank the.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to rank.
Well, other organizations do
instructors.
that too. Yeah.
Rank our instructors.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, let's know you guys' thoughts on what was this about? Oh, good judging and bad judging for different organizations. All
Different, yeah,
in one.
Different tournaments.
Different tournaments, yeah. All right. Well, let us know you guys' thoughts. As always, don't forget to be safe.
Keep training.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Take one.